Public transportation in Jamaica sucks. Whether you're taking a bus or a taxi, it sucks. You're always going to be stuck in traffic. You're always going to be crowded out of existence in the vehicle. And this is especially if you're taking a taxi. You're going to be running the risk of death each and every time you try to get from point A to point B. We have a serious problem. A real problem. A problem that for decades has just been ignored and swept under the rug because the people who can fix the problem don't rely on public transportation. How is it that in the year of our Lord 2025, we only just, for example, introduced a bus system for students? I am almost 40, and I remember being in high school and that being one of the major concerns for parents, students. How often did we have to read about students dying in car crashes, bus crashes, coaster crashes? This is insane. This was obvious low-hanging fruit. So the fact that it is done, that there is now a dedicated school bus system is a good thing. More, however, can be done. Much more can be done. This may be an unpopular opinion, but Jamaica has far too many cars. Far too many cars are in places like downtown Kingston, in places like New Kingston, in places like Port Antonio. Far too many cars. What is obviously needed is a rationalized public transportation system. Rationalized meaning it makes sense, there's no wastage, and a serious public transportation system involving buses, trams, light rail, overhead rail, train, you name it, even a ferry. The papers for this have been written already. Persons have already thought about this. There's no reason, for example, why the town of Port Antonio or downtown Kingston proper cannot and should not be walking cities. Cities where persons are compelled to walk rather than drive. And that those who do drive knowing that the city is not built for that. So at some point you're going to have to be walking. This would save so much in gas. It would save on congestion in traffic, which leads to lost productivity time. It would save on so many things. If we had a proper train system connecting rural parts of the parishes to other parts of parishes, that also would answer so many questions. I don't know. It boggles the mind, and this is something that we keep playing around with and never quite addressing. So, hopefully, Minister Vaz, he will improve things, but I'm not holding my breath. Each improvement, and there have been improvements, let's be honest. JUTC, what was before it was insanity, and JUTC is much better, but so much more can be done. The rural bus system is very good, but much more can be done, and I'm not going to be holding my breath expecting either this administration or the next administration or the administration after that to come in and implement a realistic and functioning public transportation system. They can't even get the roads right. One of the big reasons why public transportation in this country sucks is because it's so hard to get a vehicle, and one of the reasons why it's so hard to get a vehicle is because a third at any given moment of the vehicles are being serviced. They're being serviced because the roads are terrible. They drive on the roads, the shock's gone, suspension gone, all sorts of madness happens to the undercarriage, and they have to be repaired. Each repair time means less time on the road, means less people being transported. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll fix it, but like I say, I'm not holding my breath.